6 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Miriam Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says an ordinance related to foreclosure laws will be put before the Cabinet for approval to pave the way for housing finance. President has stressed the need for registration of disabled person to provide the assistive devices as per their requirements. Hearing of cases through video link was formally inaugurated at Supreme Court of Pakistan, Quetta Registry today. In Azad Kashmir, 22 people have been killed in a flash flood at Leswa in Neelam Valley. China has warned to cut business ties with the US firms involving in selling arms to Taiwan. European foreign ministers are meeting in Brussels today to find the ways for dialogue between Washington and Tehran over nuclear deal. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says an ordinance related to foreclosure laws will be put before Cabinet for approval to pave the way for housing finance. Addressing a registration ceremony of Naya Pakistan housing program in Islamabad this afternoon, he said the housing sector in Pakistan has lagged behind the regional countries due to lack of mortgage facilities to people by banks. Imran Khan said housing is a basic need and there is a demand of 10 million housing units in the country, but salaried class is not able to build their homes due to lack of resources. He said affordable house will be provided to people who otherwise are not able to bear the high cost of constructing a house. He said 40 estuary industries will benefit from Naya Pakistan housing program, reducing unemployment and spurring the business activity. He said domestic and foreign investors are being encouraged to invest in housing projects in the country. Prime Minister Imran Khan has said the government will fully facilitate and encourage the private sector to become part of public welfare projects. He was talking to the former cricketer Shahid Afridi in Islamabad today. The Prime Minister appreciated the interest of public sector in public welfare projects. They also discussed matters pertaining to SR's program and Panagas. President Arif Alvi has stressed the need for registration of disabled persons. He was addressing a ceremony in connection with distribution of customized wheelchairs amongst the disabled persons in Islamabad today. He asked Nadra and Pakistan Baitul Mal to complete the process at the earliest. He said the registration will help provide facilities and assistive devices to the disabled persons as per their requirements. The president said that despite the difficult economic situation, the government has doubled the budget for SR's program in order to protect the vulnerable and weak segments of the society. Earlier, addressing a ceremony of International Nathia Gali Summer College in Islamabad, Dr. Arif Alvi emphasized on exploration of alternative sources of energy to meet energy needs. He said capacity needs to build in energy and health sectors. Highlighting the importance of research in science and technology, the president said modern physics should be utilized to address the challenges in various sectors. Chairman Senate Sadiq Sanjarani and Speaker National Assembly Asad Kaisar have expressed their resolve to further strengthen relations and cooperation between the two houses. In a meeting in Islamabad today, they said the legislation and parliamentary affairs are being smoothly proceed and a cooperative atmosphere between upper and lower houses. Federal Minister for Information Technology and Telecommunication Dr. Khalid Maqbool Siddiqui says the government is taking all-out measures to encourage the private sector in the field of information technology. He was talking to media persons at the Balochistan University of Information Technology and Management Sciences in Quetta today. He said that the execution of the project of laying down the fiber optic cable on the CPEC route has been initiated for the sake of provision of internet facility. Hearing of cases through video link was formally inaugurated at Supreme Court of Pakistan Quetta Registry today. A three-member bench headed by the Chief Justice of Supreme Court, Mr. Justice Asif Saeed Khan Khosa, heard some cases through video link. On this occasion, the Chief Justice said the Actually, the initiative has been taken just with the aim of provision of justice to the people of Balochistan and to mitigate their hardships. A peace rally was taken out in Shakai area of the South Waziristan district today. Thousands of people participated in the rally. Addressing the rally, the speaker said peace has been restored in the tribal districts after great sacrifices. They said no one will be allowed to destabilize the peaceful environment in the area. Students were holding the banners inscribed with the slogans for peace. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. In occupied Kashmir, Indian forces launched cordon and search operation in different areas of Kulgam, Islamabad, Kupwara, and Pulwama district today. The troops sealed all the entry and exit points of the conducted house-to-house searches. The cordon and search operations were jointly launched by the personnel of Indian Army, Central Reserve Police Forces, and Special Operation Group. As Indian Central Reserve Police Force, a soldier committed suicide by shooting himself with his service rifle during the duty hours at Civil Secretariat in Jammu. This incident raised the number of such deaths amongst the Indian Army and police personnel to 436 in occupied Kashmir since January 2007 till date. Meanwhile, the authorities invoked the draconian law, Public Safety Act on teenager boy Huzefa Ahmed Butt and sent him to Odho Humair jail in Jammu. In Azad Kashmir, at least 22 people have been killed and 7 others injured in a flash flood at Leswa in Neelam Valley. According to initial reports of the State Disaster Management Authority, Leswa Bazaar has been fully damaged in the flood. As many as 120 houses, 70 shops were fully damaged, while 2 basic health units, 6 vehicles, and a number of motorbikes washed away in the flood. In South Asia, many people have died while major parts of Nepal, Bangladesh, and India have been affected due to heavy monsoon rains and floods. In Nepal, at least 50 people have been killed while 30 others missing due to heavy rainfall in the past few days. Meanwhile, in Bangladesh, at least dozens of people have been killed by lightning since Saturday as the moon rains continue to better parts of the low-lying areas in the country. On the other hand, in India, 4 more people have died while 1.2 million people have been affected due to the flash floods in Assam. World Bank and United Nations says the Afghan refugees who returned to Afghanistan from 2014 to 2017 are facing multiple economic difficulties as compared to refugees who stayed in Pakistan. According to a joint report of World Bank and UNHCR, the living conditions of Afghan refugees are extremely challenging and require deep and urgent attention. China says it will cut business ties with the US firms involved in selling arms to Taiwan. China's Foreign Ministry spokesman Gang Shuang made the comments at a daily news briefing in Beijing. He declined to specify which companies would be affected. European foreign ministers have gathered in Brussels to find ways to convince Washington and Tehran to engage in a dialogue over nuclear deal. Tensions between the United States and Iran have escalated since US President Donald Trump unilaterally withdrew from the landmark pact last year and reimposed sanctions on Iran. Speaking before the Brussels meeting, the UK Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt said there is still time to save the deal signed in 2015 between Iran and world powers. Meanwhile, Iran has threatened that it will return to the situation before its nuclear deal with the world powers unless the European country fulfill their obligations. This was reported by the IRNA news agency while quoting the spokesman for Iran's nuclear agency, Behrouz Kamalwandi. In Sweden, 9 people died when a plane carrying them from a parachute jump crashed soon after taking off today. According to police reports, the plane crashed on an island on Ume River and all those on board were Swedish. And finally, the weather report. Wind, thunderstorm rain with isolated heavy falls is expected at scattered places in Islamabad, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Sargodha, Faisalabad, Lahore, Hazara divisions and Kashmir during the next 24 hours. The rain also occurred at isolated places in Dera Ghazi Khan, Sahiwal, Malakan, Peshawar, Kohat, Mardan, Banu, and Zob divisions. However, hot and humid weather is likely to prevail elsewhere in the country. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.